Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy New Year's Eve. I have been like, am I going to do a little wrap up for 2025 and all of the crazy stories that happened this year? And I said, yeah, girl, go ahead and do it. And then today I was like, I can't remember so much of the stuff that went on. I've been trying my best, okay? Trying the hardest to pull up stuff that happened this year. And I know some things I maybe forgot and we can, add to the list as we go. Okay. But again, happy New Year's Eve. Was almost 2026. We would not be on this live for that long. Okay. We would not take this live into 2026. But we would again have a good conversation and whatnot. Okay. I hope y'all, okay, but those is running, child. Okay, I just gave myself a facial. And every time I give myself a facial, I feel like the water make my nose runny. It's just weird. Okay, but first things first, if y'all have not done so already, be sure that you have already liked this video. Okay, that you've already subscribed, because sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you. You will not know it, and I don't have any control over any of that. Okay, but again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner, on the IG, okay, the TikTok, and the Twitter. Okay. A good time will be had today, regardless of any foolishness. Okay, court cases, jail celebrities, divorces, the foolish rants that we've seen all year, the trash ass men, the delusional women. Okay, winners and losers, and who's gonna leave in 2025. Okay, again, there's other content up on my channel. Go watch that stuff too. Okay, videos upon videos upon videos upon videos are up, so do not miss it. Now, I am here. Okay, I'm gonna put some lipstick on because it's the end of the year. Okay, and I feel like my hands is. I got my lotion on my hands and I couldn't open things. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Since it's the end of the year, okay, it's the last live of the year, I will be sure to have the lipstick on. I have on my literally don't care sweatshirt because it's cold. It is a snowstorm here in Michigan, the Detroit, the cities surrounding us. My bun is bunning and whatnot. Okay, but yeah, I like my thumbnail. I did. I think it's real cute. Okay, to grab some of the not I won't say the most important people, but just some of the people that came to mind first when I was like, oh, this thing happened and whatnot. Because at first I had up a little blank one. Okay, this black and white people and some prison bars and whatnot, and I had that up. I said, no, you can't leave it bare. Okay, you need to at least put some people around here. And so we have this. Okay, I was lucky enough to find at least a good enough color scheme for stuff to match. Now, I know Kendrick is the only one in like color, but that's the best I can do. Okay, it's the best I can do, and I feel like that picture of him solidifies 2025 and what he did and whatnot. Okay, now thank y'all. Okay, for being here. If you're watching live, if you're watching the playback, I appreciate it. I was gonna go live earlier in the day, but I needed a nap. Okay, and I felt like, nah, go live at 9 and be done by 10:30 or whatever, and then everybody can relax, have their New Year's Eve drink or edible or weed or wine or orgasm or church service, okay, or chicken wing or chicken thigh or steak sauce, whatever it is y'all want to do, okay. But again, happy New Year Eve. Okay, now I will probably be live tomorrow on New Year's Day because there's some topic that came out today that we'll discuss there. But this is strictly for the 2025 wrap up. Okay, nothing that really happened today I'm gonna discuss at the all. Okay, because we ain't got the time. Okay, if you make sure y'all hit the like button and whatnot. Okay, yeah, shout out to me for passing my train. Because I was like, no, I don't want to fail this training course again, child. I got to keep taking the test because I didn't read the damn thing. But I passed it with flying colors, Jesus. And thank God. Yes. Okay. Again, my child, look, my thumbnails. Like, y'all know. Y'all know how I feel about my thumbnails. How I love to have a color coordinated thing around here. And I feel like, okay, the fact that I do all of my own graphics, okay, meaning every video you see, every dance break you see, every thumbnail you see, anything you see upon here, okay, I made all of these. Just saying. I didn't get anybody to help me make my theme song, to help me make my break dance and stuff. I did all this myself. Okay. I did it. Just saying, okay, but yeah. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hello to everyone. Okay, we're gonna get into the things. Okay, hey to y'all, hello to everybody. Okay, yeah, the steak sauce, the child, the steak sauce. The steak sauce. Look. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying this. Look, people be steak saucing. Okay, folks be steak saucing, and I'm like, God, just make sure that you have the person's permission to use or get their steak sauce. Okay. The reason I did not put Funky in the thumbnail was because I feel like using him and because you know the funky thing with him and Tamar recently, that's like a brand new thing that did that right now and whatnot. And again, I'ma still discuss Funky Uneven, but I did not want to put him in the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? And when okay. But again, hey to y'all, hey to y'all, hey to y'all, hey. Okay, look, I could not make graphics for each story, okay? Because I said, Jesus, I don't have the capacity to think that hard, okay? To try to find the best, because I did not start even pulling up topics and stuff until today. Okay. Today I'm like, oh girl, get the people, and I'm like, damn, what all happened this year? I can't remember. So I said I gotta make some banners. Okay. So I forgot the one 2025 and whatnot. Okay. And so for me, I was like, the only way I can really remember the people and stuff that we got into, have a quick conversation about the things and whatnot, is if I put back. Why go away? No, hold on now. Oh, I forgot they have timers now. I don't want a timer. Child StreamYard and then child did stuff and added stuff and whatnot and then changed or whatever. Okay, so this was the only way I could really figure out how to, come to y'all and say, hey, what happened, whatever. Now I don't have nothing, no kind of order, because again, so much stuff happened. I only have one like saved thing from the Eye of the G, because I did not feel like saving the celebrity engagements for 2025, or even the celebrity who died this year, too, child. I didn't pull them up, too quickly and whatnot. So we gonna get into these people. Okay. So there was some love in the air. Okay. A lot of folks got engaged and or married this year, and that's fine by me. Okay, we love again, but it's fine. Okay, so let me see who was. Okay, Jordan and Carl just got engaged. So, that was a little love. Okay, little love. Okay, Ryan Destiny Keith Powers got engaged this year. Okay. Now, I don't know who, is it Manilio? And some, who are these people? I don't know. They got married in Peak. Okay, they got married or whatever. Okay, Coco Jones and Donovan Mitchell got engaged this year. Well, I love her album. I really, really love Coco's album, whatever. So congrats to them as well. Okay. Now I don't know who these folks is either. Oh, I do. Child, that is Diana. Okay, from the show Ghost, and then the guy who played on the show Found got married, and it's like 10 years apart. Child, like how old is that? Anyway, they got married this year. Okay, Normani and her man DK Metcalf, the whole engaged. The girl is around here, um, getting the rings. Okay, getting the rings or whatever. Okay, so congrats to them. Terrence J married Michaela. Now we still wondered, Terrence, who was that lady with you in a car accident from like 10 years ago? I don't care what happened with the question I would always have is who was in the car, because it was not your girlfriend. But congrats to Terrence and his new wife. Winnie Harlow and Kyle Kuzma got engaged. I think he's like a basketball player, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Okay, again, the girlies and the athletes are getting the rings and getting the engagements and getting the marriages. Okay. Cammy Crawford and the Wizard. Now we don't know that man's name. I know Cammy Crawford. I like Cammy Crawford. She was, hosting Catfish. She does a whole lot of podcasting. She was also like Miss Teen USA years ago, whatever. I like her. And she hit her man until they got engaged. She said that y'all will meet my man when it's a ring on my finger, and that's when we met him. Okay. Anyway, we do not know the man's name, but they are engaged as well. Soraya and Joy Badass got in. I think they got married. I think they're either engaged or married. I don't know which one, but again, they're a ring is on the finger. Okay, so congrats to them. Megan and Jonathan got engaged. I think they got engaged and married this year. If I'm not mistaken. I think the engagement happened, and then like right after that time, but they at least got married this year. Even if the engagement happened sometime last year, the wedding happened this year. So congrats to what I'm saying, the Majors. What's her name? Is her name Megan Majors now? Megan Good Majors. Megan Good Majors. That's a good name. Megan Good Majors. I would hyphenate. Okay. Congrats to them. I don't know these people, but that's a lady and a guy, and they engaged. Okay. I think I don't know. Paige Hurd and Royce O'Neal. I don't know who that man is, but I know that's DMX's goddaughter, and she also played on Ghost as well. She also used to play on the Oval. I used to call her Side Pocket Gale when she was on the Oval. Mhm. 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 Um, Taylor Rooks and Shane Fowler. I don't know who they are, but congrats to them. A beautiful couple. Okay. Mariah the Scientist. A young thug got engaged. Well, the last. Um, Erica Raven. Oh, NLE Chopper proposed recently to his girlfriend. So they're engaged. Okay, with those people. Okay, and I think those. Oh, is it more people? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I thought I saved two of them. We know. I did Normani. I did Winnie. I did Coco. Oh, Jussie Smollett. And his boyfriend, fiance, Jabari Red. Is it Red or Reed? I don't know. Okay, they're engaged to be married. Okay. We did Keith and Ryan. We did them. We did them. Okay, that was it. So I know Venus just recently got married. But that's recent. We discussed that the other day. Okay, but yeah, but again, congrats to all the people who were in love and whatnot. Now, I didn't want to like get into the depths of it all, but I feel like you can't really discuss life and not acknowledge a lot of folk died this year, and I was like, that's crazy. Okay, let's just scroll down the list. Now, if I don't know the person, I'm not trying to be rude and like skim past them, but rest in peace to them all. But I'm trying to show the folk that we knew. Okay. Now Richard Small, well, he died like yesterday, I think, or whatever. He was a Grammy nominated gospel singer. When he did it, oh man, that song he did that. He did a whole bunch of stuff. So rest in peace to that man, because he just died. Okay. Bridget Bardot, her name has always been familiar, even though I don't know who she is. Okay, but she died at 91. Okay, may she rest in peace. Hold on, I'm trying. Now, Mickey Lee was on Big Brother. I didn't watch Big Brother, so I don't know her at all. Okay, I don't actually know. Okay, so again, I'm not ignoring anyone's death. Because I can't, I can't really, just me scrolling. Y'all can see them. Okay, now I'm gonna stop at the folks that I know. Okay, I don't again. Mm-mm, may they all rest in peace, y'all. May they all rest. Okay, rest in peace. Okay, well, I don't know what that man is either. Rob Reiner and his wife. Okay, Michelle. May they rest in peace. Okay, again, this is the recent people that died. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get people who we not that we forgot. Okay, but it's a lot of people. Okay, and whatnot. Girl, see this is why I should have absolutely made my own list, because I don't know these people. I don't. Is that bad? Oh, now see, I knew him because he was the villain in Mortal Kombat. Okay, may he rest in peace. Okay, again, and I'm not laughing, y'all. Not laughing. But again, when I first pulled this list up, it did not have all these people. Okay, it was people that I knew, and I said, "Oh yeah, use this one because it lists the folks." And now they got all these extra people, and now it seems as if I'm being rude, ignoring some dead people, and I'm not ignoring dead people. I'm just trying to get folks out. Sally Kirkland, I knew of her, okay, and whatnot. She died. Mm-hmm. Okay. I am so mad, y'all. This is so rude. Marshawn Nealon, now again, I believe, you know, He was from here too. So may he rest in peace and whatnot. Okay. Dick Cheney. Now I had forgot that Dick Cheney had shot someone in the face. Okay. Oh, hello to my members. Come on, 4-month member. Come on, 4-month member. Okay. He shot someone in the face. I don't think we like Dick Cheney. I don't think we liked him at all. Okay. And that's okay because he's gone now, and Jesus will deal with him. Child, I don't know that. That's why I said a lot of folk died, and I don't know these folks. Okay, at all. She was in Lassie. Okay, she turned it off. Okay, child. This is what I get for not being prepared. We just scroll past a whole bunch of people. Oh, come. Now, first of all, I am still sad about D'Angelo. Okay, I am still upset about D'Angelo. Okay, I said, child, not D'Angelo. Back in October, sad, Diane, child. I said, no, Lord Jesus, not Diane. Okay, I still love her movie. The first wife love you don't own me. I'm not. I'm saying I loved her. She was a cool white woman. You know. I don't know these. I don't know. Now, first of all, now when I heard that Ike Turner Jr. died, I said, okay, make her some peace. Kimberly Herbert Gregory, I seen her on many shows, so I was sad when I heard that she died. Okay, just saying. Who was Joshua Allen? See, I didn't watch the show he was on. So again, this child, they had to have updated and added the whole, because I saved this 3 days ago, and I promise y'all, I did not see all of these people. I did not. Robert Redford died this year. And why do you such an old picture of this man? Because he was an older man. Okay, he was 89 when he died. But Robert Redford, I liked Robert Redford. Okay. I don't. Again, I'm just child. Child. At this point, we just in it for the ride. So, let me say this. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna do it. It's not too often that I say, man, who cares? But the amount of bull stuff that this person's death caused, I really feel like I'm upset at the discourse it caused. Okay, but sometimes you are a menace in life, you be a menace in death. Okay, and that's the most respectful thing I can say about that man. Bro, I forgot Roland Ray died. I forgot Roland Ray left this earth. May he rest in peace as well. Okay. Just saying. Okay, but again, all these people, they added people. I don't care what nobody said. They added folk, but we in it now because I don't want to go to a whole new list of dead people because I forgot D died, child. Not Danielle Spencer. Not the sister from What's Happening. She was 60. And I'm not only acknowledging the black people, I'm not being racist. I don't know some of these white people, okay? Nobody. Why they put T Hood in here? Now, look, did nobody know in hindsight? At least I don't think anyone knew him, because that's the young man that Rashida Kirk Frost's son shot and killed defending the sister child. Anyway, But I'm like, well, I said they put him in here too. Girl, I guess anybody. Lonnie Anderson, okay, from WKRP. Y'all may be too young to know her, but I watched the show back in the day on the reruns. Okay, may she rest in the peace of it all. Child, I'm just rolling, y'all. Okay, but this also shows how many folk died, because I'm still scrolling. And we ain't even got to Andy Stone. And I feel like this is like in some kind of order of its own. I'm upset that Hulk Hogan died and people wanted to ignore the racistness of who he was as a person. Okay. I'm upset that I liked him when I was a kid. I had no idea who he was as a person. Okay. Scroll on past his ass too. Okay. Because Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. Now I believe Ozzy was a nice old man. He bit a bat that one time. I don't think he was a mean individual. Okay, so may he rest in peace, and whatnot. I don't think now did Ozzy ever do something? I don't think he did anything to piss somebody off. I don't think he did. Okay. Child, look. Well, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Okay. When it was announced that Malcolm Jamal Warner, I said, bitch, in what world? In what world? I was so child. And then it was the fact that it was so many rumors, like, oh, it was a drowning, there was the daughter there, and all, it was all these things. And I'm like, don't, child, he's gone. And then when his mom was like, what, my son, came in this world, through water and left through water, and how his mama was so like at peace with his passing, I was like, bitch, she's just one of God's strongest warriors. Okay, so I'm still sad. I'm still mad at him for leaving us. Okay, Kenneth, why you look familiar? Kenneth Washington. He looks familiar. Okay, but I don't really know why. Who was Bobby? Who was this man? Oh, he was from City High. What would you do if someone's at home crying alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? Okay, maybe now what are you, a drug addict too? Or maybe alcoholic? I don't know. May he rest in peace. Okay. Connie, why her name? Connie Francis. Pretty little. Oh, that's why. Pretty little baby. Rest in peace, child. Okay, child. Look, we still. Oh, well, he is kind of Bifford. I only knew him from Shallow Hal. May he rest in peace. Child. We still scrolling. I really want to get to. Child, I feel like Julian McMahon, Cole from Charmed. He was also on Nip Tuck. Lord, Michael Masden. Okay, I remember him. Child Sophia. Now Sophia Hutchins. Didn't she die at not Bruce at Caitlin's house or like by Caitlin's house or something? But they a couple. I think did she like roll down a hill or something? May she rest in peace, child. Mm-hmm. Dangerous roads. And I'm not being shady. I can be shady. I can have shady comments all the time, child. But that time I wasn't being shady at all. I feel like I can't click off. Oh, not child. She was the mama on stuff. Okay, I remember her face. Mm-hmm. Now who Dave Scott? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I see black folk and I say who? And I know she was a chef on the show. Okay, the blonde hair is what I remember. But I don't know that lady either. Child. Oh, Ananda. This is so long. And I promise y'all, when I saved this one, it did not have. I swear to God, they must have added everybody that died from A to Z today. Okay, Ananda Lewis, who died of cancer, so sad. Okay, and the learning lesson from her passing away from cancer is sometimes get the treatment. You know, because towards the end of her life, she spoke about how when she was first diagnosed, she chose to not get like treatment, and then she wished she would have, gotten it. I believe in everyone who has a holistic idea and all of that stuff, but sometimes for certain ailments, go ahead and listen to the doctor. Just saying, no tea, no shade, bitch. Sometimes it's okay to listen to the doctors. Okay. Sly Stone around here, okay, passed away at 82. May he rest in peace. He died in June. Okay. We still we still scrolling. We still scrolling. Wayne Lewis of the Atlanta Star Group, dad, may he rest in peace, child. I'm gonna start saying names and keep, because I'm child. It's getting long. It's getting long or whatever. And this is a lot. But this is why I usually don't do stuff. I just pull up my own little list. Okay. I pull up my own list and make it myself. But this, I was being lazy. And so, oh, this has like 30 good names. Oh, what was his name? Who was he on the show? Who was on the show on Cheers? When they always know it. No, it's not the song. Child, Cheers. They glad you came. You want to be where everybody knows your name. That man. Okay, may he rest in peace and whatnot. Now, who the fuck is this person? Okay, not that it's being you. You're putting the people from child. The picture, an alligator. Bitch, I am upset. I am upset. I am pissed because y'all is playing in my face. A fucking alligator, really, really, really. Okay, I feel like all I want to say is, well, he was on Jersey Shore. No, he was on Florida Shore. Okay, he died. Big rest in peace. I feel like I want to say I think I'm Andy Stone. Oh, Jiggly Caliente from RuPaul Drag Race at 44 died around here. Is the only person we miss is Pope Francis. Pope Francis is gone too. It's a new Pope now. Okay. I feel like all I want to say is Andy Stone. Okay. And because I'm tired of scrolling. I promise y'all, it was not all these random people and alligators and people from So You Think You Can Dance and folks that we don't have any idea of who they are. Okay. Val Kilmer. I forgot Val died this year too. Okay. Forgot all about him. May he rest in the pieces of it all and whatnot. What the fuck is Young Scooter? Girl. George Foreman died this year? I didn't know it was this year that George died. And all his kids named George 1 through 13 and whatnot. May he rest in peace. May he rest in. I found a different one. This probably the one I should have went to. This shit on the EW website, child name. Oh, they're gonna say, did my garbage man die? I don't know my garbage man at all. I don't know DJ Funk. Did Fat Man Scoop die this year? Andy Stone. Okay, we done made it to Angie, and that's what matters. Okay. Yeah, Val died. Yeah, Val Kilmer was gone around here, and I was like, bitch, I said Val Kilmer. Gene Hackman, 95. Oh, child, Gene Hackman and his wife, who died, and then Rob Reiner, his wife, who also died. Well, one was killed, was died. I'm saying, but people down with their peoples. Roberta Flack, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life in his words, killing me softly with his song. I forgot she died too, child. See, I guess I am happy we scrolled on down. We forgot all about Roberta Flack. Biggie Mama, Violetta Wallace out here gone. Child up there, child beefing with Biggie and Pac, breaking up beefs or whatever. So again, at the end of the day, a whole bunch of people died this year. I'm pretty sure we are. Irv Gotti died. Not them using the picture of him, Ashanti, and Ja of the Rule. That child anyway. But Irv died. That was crazy. Well, Irv, I think we knew he was DJ Unk, the walk it out dude. Okay. I did not know so many folk died this year. Okay. And this even the folk we do know, let alone the folk we did not know. Okay. And plus the folk who is the regular people in life. These are like celebrity or celebrity adjacent people who left this world. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop scrolling because I'm like at this point, I keep saying that and I keep scrolling. Cause now I'm like, well, fine, okay, we done. I said, bitch, girl, get off my damn screen. Okay, get off my screen. Now let's get to the regular things, okay? Because I said, bitch, all the dead people, like, oh Lord Jesus. Now again, if I forgot anybody, if we left off a dead person, don't charge it to our heads. No, don't charge our hearts, charge our heads. We love them or whatever, but I forgot. So I did not put these stuffs in no kind of order. But I felt like let's start with Code 45 and Jimmy Dean Dawson's Arch, okay? Because in my opinion, the inauguration, which started, at the beginning of the year, okay? To me, in my opinion, okay, and y'all know the reason I don't say them they real names. I feel like when you say evil's name out loud, it gives them power. So you give them nicknames. Okay, you don't. Okay, so Colt 45 and Jimmy Dean Sausage have ruined America. Okay, they have caused the discourse, the foolishness, all the stuff, and it's only been 1 year. Okay, we still have 3 years left. God, your will could still be done. Okay, if you could just take your child home, Lord, we would not be upset, Jesus. Okay, to be absent in the body and present in spirit is where I feel some people need to be, okay? Because it's not that I am wishing the death upon anyone, Lord, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just asking you to please save the rest of your children from this foolishness. Okay, Jesus, you let us live through slavery. Do not make us live through this man's second presidency, Jesus. I am asking you in all sincerity, Lord, to send your angels upon the the house of whites, grab the oranges up in there, and bring him home to you. Okay. And whatever you choose to do with him once he's off the earth is up to you. Okay, God. Anyway, because I said, y'all, why is he here? Why is he stuck? Did you took Andy Stone and Malcolm Jamal Warner and D'Angelo, okay, and T Hood and them and the alligator. You took everybody else, Lord. Why not? But they also say sometimes evil is hard to capture. Okay, evil is strong. So that man has a lot of evilness in him. Okay, but to me, Code 45 and Jimmy Dean Sausage is just pirates of the world. Okay, now I also feel like we don't really see Jimmy Dean Sausage that often. Him that weird ass dark eye makeup or whatever. Code 45 is a joke to me. I try my best to fully ignore him. Y'all know I rarely even comment on his shenanigans or whatever if I can avoid it, because to me, if I can just ignore him until he's done, my mental health will be saved, because he raised my blood pressure. He really irks my nerves. Okay, but Jimmy Dean Sausage and Code 45 to me were the top tier ruiners of the year. Okay, they aggravated my spirits on every level. They have taken advantage of all of the wrong things, in my opinion, or whatever. Even how they handled the Kirkman's powness is stupid to me. So again, they piss me off. Okay. Secondly, the California wildfires. Again, that to me, that wasn't even handled correctly. Okay. I said, now how I heard timer off. I said, now how on God's green earth are y'all not realizing the world is on fire? Okay. And the fact that it happened so out the blue-ish. Okay. And everything at one time. I said, bitch, is the world ending? Because here in Michigan, we don't have, like, the most that we have is snow and ice. You know what I'm saying? Every 10 years or so we'll have like some kind of like a flood. But not even a bad flood. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be, you know what I'm saying? So we don't really have these catastrophic natural disasters that ruins whole cities, whole towns, whole neighborhoods. You may have some flooding and some flooding in your basement, or we lose power because of the ice. That's really it. So when California was on fire, I was like, bitch, it's a fire everywhere. And I'm like, is it even enough water and enough resources? And it was like for days, maybe for over like a week or two. It was like a consistent. California itself was on fire, and then so many people, rich people, poor people, regular people, so it affected so many people, and people lost their homes, lost their lives, lost all of their belongings, things that cannot be replaced. I know some folks were like, how their insurance carriers like were not covering the fires or whatever. And to this day, I still don't even know like how people have rebuilt their lives because of the wildfires. It was so crazy of a time. So that happened like right at the beginning of the year. And that to me was crazy as well. Now, what I want to go to next. Child, remember when Gail and I went to space? Now, a part of me feel like when Gail King and them went, I said space. Now, and was it with Elon too? I think it was with Elon. I never understand. I am a land creature. Okay. I am a land. I don't like boats. I don't want to be on a cruise. I don't want to fly from A to Z. So I can imagine someone say, "Hey, Jaylee, Do you want to go up to space for a while? Bitch, for what? What is there to do up in space? Ain't no restaurants, okay? Ain't no concerts, okay? Ain't no tourist attractions, okay? Ain't no gravity, bitch. Okay, so I'm like, I would never want to just go up there and hang out for like 10 minutes. It was Gail King. Who all was? It was Gail King, Katy Perry. It was like 6 of them. Gail King went to space. I want to see who all was it. It was Gail King, Katy Perry, a civil rights activist, and Amanda is a Nugent, and then others. But again, I'm like, but did y'all, was it really space? Wasn't it like somebody putting a tip in, and that was really it? It wasn't a full sexual encounter, okay? They put the tip in and then came back. I don't want to do none of that. But when Gail and them went up there and came back down, and Gail was kissing the floor, I'm like, Gail, go sit down somewhere. Okay, you go up there. Okay, you get exposed to the elements. You hope and pray you make it back home. And I was like, well, thank God they made it back. Be a Gail and them going to space. Oh, Jeff Bezos, the wife was there too, for no reason. Okay, to me, there's no reason for anyone to really want to go up there. Okay, that's weird to me because I would not want, because I just feel like there's no real reason to go up there. You can't do nothing up there because I couldn't think of nobody else's name. It was y'all Gail King, Okay, who else is okay? Now, also this year, okay, Just Hilarious, Lauren LaRosa, and The Breakfast Club. Now, when Jess went on a Twitter rant, an IG live rant, and going off about how Jess got that job at The Breakfast Club as the third host. She got pregnant quickly after getting a job, was then out on leave. They had Lauren Fallin. Lauren did great, okay, as a stand-in, and when Jess came back, Lauren did not leave. And you could feel it. You could feel the tension going on, but like no one really spoke about it. But when Jess said, "I'm gonna go on the thing and I'm gonna tell it all," and she kind of like, "I don't know what's going on. They playing me, whatever." I came back in my seat. My seat still filled. They then had that on air. It wasn't a fight, but it was an on air like conversation, and I feel like you should never have a public conversation about work stuff. Like, and when Jess, I don't think any other radio crew have done that. And maybe she did that to break the ice, to force them to have the conversation. I'm not sure. What I do know is that now it's a better dynamic around there. Jess is still there, Lauren is still there, but there's now less tension. I think they figured it out. I do think Jess could have always handled that in a better, more private situation, but she probably figured if I air this shit out publicly, the power that be can't ignore me. The power that be can't ignore this whole situation. Even now, because I do watch I watch Lauren's updates of news. I watch some interviews. I don't listen to them on a regular basis, but when I do watch like Lauren, updates or whatever, I still feel like Just Hilarious is a sidekick. I do feel like the whole Just with the Mess never really took flight. Jess also was beefing with trans people. Jess to me is very much so transphobic. There's a difference between not agreeing with someone's lifestyle and it not been your cup of tea versus you actively trying to be disrespectful. I know she beefs a lot with T.S. Madison and them or whatever. So I don't know if that's, and even when there was an interview that they had on a Breakfast Club with Miss Pat. And I guess Jess was supposed to be on Miss Pat's show. And then BT said, nah, because of stuff that Jess had said. So to me, Jess, I don't know if I do believe she will be back like in the new year. But I still feel like Jess still is not a key person on the Breakfast Club like she's supposed. Like because when it was Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God, and Envy, like they were a trio. You know what I'm saying? They each had their role to play, and they all worked well together until things fell apart. And with Jess, while she does fit in, I still feel like she doesn't have her thing on the show. Like Envy he spins the records, okay? He says awkward things. Charlamagne the guy, he can get, a little bit messy. He can be funny or whatever. He can ask some good questions and whatnot. Lauren is great at how she interviews. Jess sometimes just sits off. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. It was saying she's the old wow person. And I just feel like she has not, like Lauren to me came on there and she found her niche. She found herself. And even when she's not on the show, she is still doing plenty of things, in that world. So she has found herself. And I don't think Jess has. I think Jess is still trying to figure out what she wants to do. But yeah, that whole thing, I was like, girl, y'all was messy. Yeah. And for what reason? Okay. Kendrick Lamar. Okay, look, even though Not Like Us came out in 2024. However, when he performed at the Super Bowl halftime show, okay, and that's why I had to put this picture of him up here because I feel like him in that outfit dancing around, child. I said, child, look, Drake will never live down the Not Like Us diss track. Kendrick performing that song for the halftime show, and everyone singing along, know the words. Serena coming out and doing the dance as well. And it's weird to me that Drake did not understand, okay, that he's a loser to me. A bit of a loser. But a part of me feel like, we've had many of Super Bowl performances, but Kendrick performing that, and he was like the stage with like a remote control, whatever. It was just the most entertaining performance of trolling your op and getting the world to do it with you. And I love it. I love it. And I think to this day, when that song comes on, it will never get old. It will, whenever this song comes on, it makes you want to dance. Okay, it makes you want to vibe. And Kendrick to me won the trolling of the century with just a diss song. It was the beat, it's the culture of it as well. It was how Drake responded to it. It was the NFL folks saying, yeah, do the song. Yeah, seriously, do it. Do it and do it well. Okay. But his halftime performance to me was, and it was when he walked in like, hey Drake. Like, do y'all think Drake watched it? Like, I'm sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did. But I feel like Kendrick's halftime show was fucking amazing. I don't who played that year. I don't know. But to me, that was the star of the show. It was Kendrick trolling the fuck out of Drake. Now, from that, okay, Drake filed a lawsuit with him. Oh, hey, it's a timer. Lord Jesus. hold on, Drake filing a lawsuit, okay, because of a diss song. I was like, now why would you do that? Now, I there have been many people who there has been, beefs and rap battles or whatever, and folks get upset. I I don't think there's ever been a rapper who was upset over a rap battle that they filed a lawsuit. And they lost so like he lost the case. Like you want to sue Kendrick, the record label, child production, all of this. And to me, Drake will never recover from filing a lawsuit. I think he will always have his diehard fans, but it's fine. But to me, Drake has not bounced back from not only the Kendrick Lamar diss song, not only the world, Craig, loving the song. But when you then filed a lawsuit, this, because he called me PDO5, I was like, you called that man a fucking wife abuser. You accused his wife of having a baby with his best friend. Like, you also, toss your shot too. His shot just happened to be a different one. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird that Drake, I feel like Drake thinks he's still like a cool dude or whatever. It's like, no. Because I think he's putting out maybe a song since then, but I don't like, to me, Drake lost this year. Like, he's an absolute, like, I put, hold on, I put, who we leave in 25. Drake is someone we should leave in 2025. Okay, he is absolutely one of the losers of this year, simply because of how he handled the rap battle that did he start it? I don't know if he started it or whatever, but I mean, he finished it because he finished himself. How do you help yourself lose a rap battle? The fuck, okay, and you Canadian as well, Chuck. Do that. Now speaking of winners, Beyonce. Okay, now look, to me, Beyonce had one of the best years. That is why I put her in the middle. The Cowboy Carter tour. To me, like, remember, Beyonce performed at the halftime show for the Christmas show of 2024. And that was our first itty bitty taste of the Cowboy Carter, era. Okay, because we kept on seeing when Beyonce announced, I'm doing a Cowboy Carter tour. We did not know how she would be able to tour with that album. It's kind of country issues or whatever. So folks, like, well, how will the fellas go? And when Beyonce had y'all in country gear, when Beyonce had y'all dressing up, bitch, okay, for the Cowboy Carter tour, and because I watched the tour on TikTok, I watched everything on TikTok, and from how entertaining it was, us not realizing that Blue Ivy, I think for a long time watching the tour, folks did not realize at first that Blue Ivy was performing like in every part of it or whatever. Seeing even her growth as a dancer, as a performer, as Beyonce's daughter, Jay-Z popping out for a couple shows, because we ain't seen Jay-Z perform in a while. But to me, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour was one of the most captivating things that happened this year. Everyone was watching it. Everyone was paying attention to it. Everyone had something to say about it. Everyone loved it. I loved it. I did. She also won album of the year for her album, her first ever. So I do believe, because of how successful the tour was, how much we loved the tour, how she showed us, child, I'm gonna fly in this car up in the air. I'm gonna fly with these horses up in the air. All these things. Okay, I got different shows, child. And once it was over, I was like, I want to see it again. The outfit, child. Let me go to Beyonce's page. Let me go to Beyonce. I feel like we forget that Beyonce, because a lot of folk to me did not think that the tour be successful. Because some folk didn't like her album. They're dumb. To me, I felt like she. Oh, let me go. Because bitch, when she brought out Kelly and Michelle, I said, oh, okay. We got a semi, Destiny Child reunion at the tour. Okay, we ain't seen these three together in forever. Well, we see them, you know what I'm saying, but performing in years. Okay, so I feel like there's not enough. We forget just how massive and she only did it was spot dates. It was a quick tour. She could have did more. And that part of me feel like maybe they did only certain cities for a couple of days because they could have felt like maybe it won't be, a huge thing. Or maybe she just did not want to, tour as long and travel as much. Okay. But where's Blue? Blue, girl, her and the horse. Child, I said, Beyonce, get down. Girl, get down, Beyonce. Okay. And to me, the tour was just a massive hit. I can't wait to see what Ivy gonna do, but I just feel like we don't even. And I'm like, bitch, what's next? Yes, when she almost child leaning sideways, boom, right here. Okay, up here being sideways, almost took our girl out. Okay, I was scared. I was scared. But again, Beyonce's tour, to me, the cow work, the same way that Kendrick's performance at the Bowl was great. I think this tour was the absolute best tour. How it was curated, all the extras of it all, how she included her husband, how she included her daughter, how she, had the couple of, I think Miley Cyrus came out at one day, Shabuzi came out for one day and whatnot. The choreography, the outfits, okay, how much it was Texas and cowboy-ish, but also R&B and hip hop, how she merged it all. I was like, girl. So to me, the cowboy Carter, the Dolly Parton of it all, the bull riding of it all, and again, even Blue being incorporated, but in a very because Blue was only, Blue was like what 13, 14 or whatever, in a very, age appropriate way. Because Beyonce got some songs, okay? She got some songs. But again, how appropriate it was for I'm trying to find stuff for Blue. Because I know she put Blue around here, child. I can't find it right now. But how great Blue did. And again, just Beyonce saying, bitch, I'm Beyonce. Okay. You may not know it, ho, but I do. Okay. I'm around here having a good time. And y'all thought that my music would not, transition. Oh, what? Then they had the little baby around here, Roomy. Okay. Being involved. Again, I loved how this is an amazing tour. I best tour, and we thought she couldn't tie Renaissance. Now I can't fucking imagine what Act 3 gonna be. Okay, so again, shout out to Beyonce, for that. Is Jay-Z gonna go on tour? I'll be wondering, child. Anyway, let me pop back on the screen. Now, also, who I got next? Oh, let's just go Karen Huger. Okay, Karen Huger and them. Okay, child, the alcoholics, the DUIs, the arrests. Okay, Potomac had all of the girls being arrested for all the reasons and other reasons as well. So, Karen Huger's one, her DUI. Two, the DUI video being released. the DUI, the body cam footage been released, and then the interrogation stuff, and then her being sentenced to a year in prison. Karen, was in her 60s, I believe, and she's like what 62 or whatever. Karen being caught drunk driving, hitting stuff, being arrested, being a drunken mess in the arrest video, making it seem like it was a big, oh, I didn't do it, it wasn't me. It's like, bitch, did you see the video? Okay. Her wig being all the way pushed back. She is Thomas Jefferson's concubine. It was insane. And then with her being sentenced to a year, she then got out all in the same time frame. Karen, that video will probably haunt her until the day she dies. Because it's one thing when you experience embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? You hold on to, when everyone sees the evidence that you were fucking drunk as hell. Like you weren't, like you wasn't a little bit of, you wasn't just fuzzy. I think we thought, oh, she wasn't really drunk. Oh, she maybe just, just get it off the road. It's like, no, she threw up in her car, went over stuff, was walking crooked, was talking crazy. Like it was a shit show. So when that kind of footage is released and we all see it, it's embarrassing. And she did, I think, either like 6 to 8 months in prison. Again, she recently got out or whatever. But again, Karen DUI was a huge thing that we seen happen this year. And I always felt like, well, I do think she needs to go to jail because, once I saw, I no one should drink and drive. Let me say that first. Okay. You should not do that. However, I do feel like if you are only a little drunk, it's maybe your first time, okay, slap on the wrist is okay. Once you're at your 4th or 5th DUI and you're that drunk, you need to sit down forever. Your life needs to be, you should not be allowed behind the wheel of any car until you die. Because you've shown repetitiveness of not making the right decisions. So Karen's, the arrest video, the sentencing, and then child is heard blatantly lying and acting as if she would be vindicated. And then the video footage showed that she was absolutely guilty. It's crazy to me. Okay. We then had Mia, who used to be on Potomac, okay, and her being arrested for child. I said, you sold furniture, bitch? I was like, girl, what happened? Now, to me, she was living in Atlanta, her and Inc. And there was renting a place, and they moved out the blue. We're about to get evicted. And when they moved out in the middle of the night, okay, they stole the furniture. And she then got arrested at the airport. Now I was like, bitch, for you to be this, oh my God, I have money and whatever, to be arrested for stealing furniture from a rental property that you were being evicted out of is embarrassing. And even if the explanation is, oh well, Inc. took it. Well, bitch, why? For what? Yeah, she was dating Bobby V, but the name of the roommate was Inc. So they both lived there. Someone stole the furniture. And the fact that she said on the body cam footage, hey, I like so and so gonna get the key to the storage unit. Why would you know where the shit is at unless she was a part of it? Now again, she was arrested, bonded out or whatever. They're still going through the courts and whatnot. But I'm like, girl, why did you steal the furniture? And if my name was on something, I'm not allowing anyone else to steal from it because I will get in trouble. I said, girl, what's wrong with you? What happened? Then Wendy and Eddie got arrested for insurance. I said, girl, what is up with the hoes in Potomac? We got DUIs, stealing furniture, and now the insurance fraud on top of them being accused of faking the robbery for the insurance money because they're in debt. Okay, now this case, I believe the trial starts in April. What is good because they usually start filming Potomac around May. So we will March, April, May time or whatever. So we could possibly get a breakdown, a step by step, day by day coverage of Winnie and Eddie in court. That's if they don't have plea deal beforehand. So yeah, I was like, bitch, what happened? Okay. Also, Shannon Sharpe. Okay. Shannon Sharpe was doing great with his podcast, interviewing all the people. He had Cat Williams on there. He had Monique on. He had all the folk talking about him. Him and Ocho had little podcast as well. And then, lo and behold, a young white one. Was she Puerto Rican? Mexican? Something? But Shannon Sharpe was out here messing around with a 19, 20, 21-year-old young thing, okay, of the Caucasianness and whatever, who then sued him for a lawsuit for sexual assaults. And I was like, The crazy part was seeing Monique tell him, like maybe the year prior, like, you don't need no young girl. Get you a in their 30s, maybe 40s. Like, you don't need no young woman. And him acting as if, oh, I'm okay. And lo and behold, he around here having some young white lady call him a big black this. And I was like, you too big and black that want to be called big and black. Okay. And the some of the audio release of him talking to her and threatening to I said, not a strangle. Not a strangle. And he had to, like, he lost his job at ESPN. Was it ESPN? I think so. He lost a speaking job at one of either, I think it was ESPN. He had to cancel the tour him and Ocho had. He had to pay that lady a whole bunch of money. And because they had a consensual relationship and she played the long game, I still feel to this day she played the long game, allowed him to think he was in control, would record conversations, was saving texts and all this shit. So while at first they made it seem as if it was he tried to take it, and that turned into, well, no. That was his kink. You know what I'm saying? It was consensual, but since she filed a lawsuit, give it 10 million. Now we don't know how much he paid her, but he paid her at least 5 to 10 mil for that lawsuit to go away because it was settled outside of courts. But again, I need y'all men's to stop being stupid. Okay, you don't need no young little tender to have a good. There are plenty of adult women who will allow you to pay them to do your kinks. You sign a contract, okay? Everyone is aware of what's going on. You can't be sued later on. But when you're trying to sneakily be with folks and whatnot, that is what fucks stuff up. And I think Shannon Sharpe was one, well, at least this year, because his lawsuit was the first one that we seen this year. Now, Tyler Perry, who had 2 lawsuits filed against him this year, from 2 different men who were working on the shows. The one guy, who was on the Oval. One guy was on this movie called Boo. But one lawsuit was like for 260 mil. The other one for 77 mil. Both men had the same kind of accusations against him. The same kind of stuff that Kristen Keys has said publicly previously, and then he took it back. Okay, so again, we discussed this recently, but Tyler Perry is someone else who likes to do stuff, with people. And he has not learned the lesson of find someone who wants to do it for a fee and sign a contract. Sign a consensual waiver, okay? Sign something showing, even if you are the boss and I am the employee, that we both want to do this collectively. And the same way that Shannon Sharp's debacle was him with this young white girl just being stupid with her. I feel like Tyler Perry was also being dumb too. And look, once you get to a certain level, you have to move different. And to me, both Shannon and Tyler are, and both of them are being accused by people of the Caucasian persuasion. And it's like, stop hiding what you like. It will cost you in the long run. And, even though Shannon has already paid his white woman, I'm pretty sure that Tyler Perry will have to pay something to someone because he likes white men. Okay. I forgot. Mel quit Love and Marriage Huntsville early this year. I know some folk don't watch the show anymore. I still watch it because I review it. And I cuss out every time. But I think Mel leaving that show will forever change that show, because now it's like, now why are we here? What does anyone else? What does anyone have going on here? Nothing. They all have nothing going on. But when Mel made the decision to quit the show, I feel like Carlos had to do a little reset, and the show went off for like 7 months to like film or whatever without her. But I like the fact that she knew, bitch, I don't need to be here no more. Okay, I'm not going to renew my contract or whatever. I'm not going back. No, don't talk to me. Don't speak on me. Don't say my name. Bitch, leave me alone. Okay, leave me out of whatever it is you got going on. And I think that was the best decision she could have made. And truthfully, the show is going downhill without her. Also, Kenya Moore versus Britt Eady. Even though we heard about the alleged, nude, sexual, explicit stuff, we heard about it in 2024. It played out in 2025. And once we saw the scene play out, I think we still are pissed at Bravo for removing Kenya, for keeping Britt Eady, and the fact that since then, Britt Eady has caused all kinds of havoc at Bravo. She did not show up to the reunion. She filed a lawsuit against Bravo, accusing them of purposefully using the sexual explicit storyline to embarrass her, and claiming they knew it was false and kind of hid that from her. So I feel like Bravo was also getting the karma for them picking the person's side who did wrong. Like, even though, you should never show an explicit picture of a coworker. Cool. However, bitch, leave me alone. If you don't poke me, I won't punch back. Okay. Britt Eady was poking Kenya punched her. That's just really what happened. Since then, Kenya has not been back at Bravo. She was not at BravoCon. I don't know what she's doing. She's over in Dubai right now for some reason. But the Britt Eady Kenya Moore fight drama debacle was insane. I still don't like Britt Eady. She can go away from me with all of that or whatever. But again, that was crazy this year. The best movie, Sinners. I feel like Sinners was a phenomenon this year. The fact that it was a movie made in the huge screens or whatever. That's the one movie I went to the theater and saw 3 times. I've watched it twice since it's been released on video. Okay. And I don't recall a movie, even though the Wicked movies were, great this year or whatever. To me, Sinners wins the best movie. Just based on how good the movie was, how it I have never seen so many people enjoy something that original. Most movies are all remakes, sequels, prequels. It's something that we've already seen a version of, and Sinners was its own newness, and I love that for Ryan Coogler, for Michael B. Jordan, and also the other actors in the movies. Who played. I can't think of all other names. But I really felt like this movie made this year great too. You know what I'm saying? Some folks kept on saying they thought that they originally wanted the brothers to be played by Michael B. Jordan and Uncle Chadwick Boseman. I don't know how true that is, but Michael B. Jordan playing the dual role of Smoking Stack. And even I was watching an interview where someone said he actually played three because he had to play Smoke Stack, but then also play Stack as a vampire. And Stack as a vampire was different than Stack being a pre-vampire. Um, I'm also happy that Ryan said he was not going to do a sequel. It is a standalone film that would, in my opinion, will stand the test of time forever. Okay, so that to me was the best movie of the year. What I want to do next? Young Thug, Young Thug, child, Young Thug, and the leaked prison tech. Child, look, I don't know how I don't know how anyone forgets when you're in prison, the calls are recorded. Okay, there is no private call if you're in prison. Okay, if you're in prison, if you're in jail, if you're in lockup, any call you make while behind bars is being recorded, and somebody can always play it. So we was hearing the leak, the fact that somebody requested the recordings beforehand and had them on deck, just waiting to release them, and us finding out that Thug became a little chatty patty, you know. And when all the tapes, when most of it got leaked, and he then did an interview, well, whoop de doo. I was like, first of all, sir, no one told you to be chatting. Okay, and the kicker was the fact that we also found out that he really wasn't even a good boyfriend to Mariah the Scientist. So I'm like, that's my girl. You want to marry that man? I guess. Okay. So to me, Young Thug has not recouped his street cred yet. I do think he's trying to. I do think he's trying to be a citizen of the United States. I won't say he's trying to be a better man, because I don't know. I do feel like a piece of who he is a chatty patty ass person, because even when you are in prison, you don't just start gossiping about people and stuff because you're bored. You don't. There's a level of, I'm not going to be snitching on phone calls, or I'm not going to be discussing them. I'm saying he just fully went the whole other way. So again, him and them jail call child, I said, well, whoop de doo. Well, no, sir, go sit your ass down. So, okay. Also the Halle Bailey and DDG drama, they broke up. There was accusations on both sides about abuse and craziness. We also seen they both could no longer post their baby online. Well, she had showed proof of abuse because she had pictures of bruises on her. But the one thing I think I like about their debacle is how I feel like she's grown from it. I part of me feel like had she stayed with him, or had they stayed together, it would have got more and more toxic, and she wouldn't. Because to me, because I've seen the videos of him on social media, and he still seems so immature. Even who he hangs out with is insane. Like I saw him hanging out. I'm like, why are you hanging out with Blueface? Okay, anyway. But I think she is really focused on being a mom, her career, and I think she one I one I think she got pregnant on accident. Okay, and she just rolled with it, and I think that's a reason why she kept the pregnancy private, was because of how toxic the bond was. Um, I think DDG being such a public person because he's a streamer, and her trying to stay private but having to be public because of him really fuck with her a little bit or whatever. Um, but I think now she's learned how to balance, how to still be able to show pieces of her life, but keep her sanity. How to make music from the pain and also move on from it. So I've seen growth in her this year, even through all this bullshit. And I think sometimes you have to go through these troublesome, toxic relationships to realize, yeah, I don't want that. Because she could have, we've seen people stay and try to make it work. And that shit gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So I'm kind of happy she went through it to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a crazy thing that happened this year. Also, Nene Leakes and Kenya Moore. To me, they both failed to be YouTubers. Discussing the fact that Kenya was off of Atlanta Housewives. Nene's been off Housewives for years. They both tried to be YouTubers. They both had their shows on their YouTube channels, respectfully. Now, Nene tried to have a show with her and Sierra Gates. That shit felt miserably. Was like being a homegirl. They did maybe 3 episodes of it, and then just went away. And then Nene did her own thing on her own channel. And she had like maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. So she had 6 shows on her channel, and they just both stopped. So I'm like, to me, Nene Leakes and Kenya both failed miserably at trying to have their own thing. And part of me feel like that's what happens when your whole mind is like housewife, housewife, housewife. There's so much other things you could do. Like No Shade, Carlos King, who is he's a producer, okay, and he has access to so many people, so he gets all these interviews. He uses his connections to talk to people on the channel. And Nene and Kenya both did that, and I think they both failed miserably at that, and I don't know why. Because they both can be entertaining. So them failing, it was like, girl, don't do that more. Remy, Pepples, Clarissa, when they all was going live on IG, Papoose had went live, Remy had went live, Clarissa had went live, beefing, arguing about cheating and relationships and all that bullshit. I still can't believe that Pat and Remy were beefing online. I was like, no, why y'all doing that? Now what's the point? And I'm like, it didn't prove a point to anybody. To me, again, a lot of people don't like Clarissa because of how much she's trying to prove her status with Papoose. And to me, I don't want to speak negativity over their relationship, but a part of me feels like if and when they break up, I think she will realize how much she made herself look dumb in trying to prove their love like is real. And it aggravates me that Papoose has not reassured her that she don't even need to do any of that. To me, a part of me feel like she does it for him. A part of me feel like she thinks he wants her to do that because and not that he can control her, make her not do it. But I'm like, when a man makes you feel so secure in y'all relationship, you're not trying to prove strangers right or wrong at all. And again, I don't want to speak any like ill will over their relationship. But if they were to break up, I hope she would grow from it and know never feel like you have to validate your relationship to strangers. Once you said, hey, we together, I love him, he loved me, and that's it. There's no need for a back and forth. Like Remy has a whole boyfriend that and no one ever is beefing about Remy and him. The reason folks beef about Papoose and Clarissa consistently is fighting to defend people coming at her about him. And for some reason, I think she thinks, well, I have to defend it because I love him and he loves me. But there's also the youngness in her. Because Papoose, how old is Papoose? Papoose got to be in his 40s. How old? Papoose. Okay, PAP. Papoose. Papoose is 47. Okay, he's a grown ass man. Okay, he's been on this earth for long. He's older than me. Okay, how old is Clarissa? Bitch, she just turned 30. Okay, so again, the fact that Papoose is not even saying, babe, this is corny. Like, if anyone is saying anything, don't say shit. But again, Remy and Pat, and of course, when they went live, like fussing or whatever, to me it was corny on all levels. I'm gonna also say this: I don't like how Remy wants to. Remy and Papoose put together for a long time, and what I don't like about Remy is how she tries to make it seem as if it's all Pat. It's all Pat's the problem. I'm fine. I don't care. I'm on the top of the world. It's him and his bitch. I feel like Remy, you throw subliminals all the time too. If you were that happy and out of the shit, you wouldn't do any of that at all. So to me, they all have a level of lameness. Remy, Pap, Clarissa, and Remy's man as well, and all this bullshit. But I was like, girl, I need y'all to get a divorce. But again, don't forget, Remy and Pap are married. But again, Remy had a boyfriend too. Portia and Simon, the debacle of them, Simon deportation. Okay. Simon at first was consistently beefing with Portia online. He would consistently make comments, posts, and this. He filed a lawsuit about when she said he had erectile dysfunction. He kept trying to fight the prenup and her getting the house. It was a mess, a complete mess. And had Simon not been arrested and held by ICE and then deported, Simon would have. In the only thing that probably saved Portia while the show was airing is the fact that Simon was in ICE custody while the show aired. If Simon would have been free, I'm pretty sure there would have been a lot of back and forth comments and posts on social media. But to me, Portia and Simon absolutely had a miserable marriage. Even though she makes this, oh, we were in no, because people who were that in love can't be that aggravating when divorcing. A piece of that marriage was bullshit. Now, whether the bullshit was Simon lies about his money or Portia lying about her being with him for love, I don't know. But again, once he got arrested, and I said, girl, that's the finale. We can probably leave Portia and that husband in 2025 and not bring anything over into 2026. Now, we know that Portia probably have a new spouse soon. Who knows? Tory Lanez. Okay, he got stabbed, y'all. Did y'all remember? Tory Lanez was stabbed, okay, in prison. They made it seem like he gonna die. Now he didn't die, he lived. But again, him when he stabbed like 13 or 12 times or whatever, people were still trying to defend him against Meg, which aggravates my spirit. Anybody who speaks up in defense, okay, of Tory Little Man Lanez, of Tory shot that lady Lanez, okay, of Tory in prison for the next at least 7 years, Lanez, okay. I'm like, get the from round me, okay. No one likes you. You're a pick me troll. Okay, and you irk all my nerves, okay? But you know, Tory, the stabation, Tory trying to file an appeal, Tory still tormenting Meg from behind bars. Was a crazy 2025. And the crazy part was when he got stabbed, I was like, is he dead, Jesus? Oh, he alive? Why are we talking about it? He's fine. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to kill him. Child, no, he was beefing with somebody. Okay. So Tory being stabbed was a big thing this year. But we also didn't care because we don't like Tory Lanez. Okay. Now Megan Thee Stallion, who had a crazy time because again, Tory is a stalker. To me, he's a stalker. Brother. Megan was in court. Okay. It was her and Milagro and her trying to ignore Tory Lanez, but West. Tory has a hard on for Meg. And if he can't directly beef with her, he would do it indirectly. That is why the Milagro girl, the blogger who Meg sued him and Meg won. Now, Meg did not win as much money as she thought or that she sued for. She got like 59,000 plus court fees and lawyer fees. But it's the point of the matter that, bitch, keep my name out your mouth. You was up for trying to support Tory, and I look at you. You owe me money. Both of her, all of her lawyers dropped her the client. She owes them all money, and all of this. Meg went through all this. Meg got with Clay this year. She dropped some music this year. So Meg had a good year as well. She did. But to me, a lot of Meg's things was her having to deal with the Tory Lanez support group still fucking with her. And she handled it in the best way she could. And so for me, I'm saying we love that about Meg. Next up, okay. The cheating scandal, child. Hold on. The couple at the Coldplay concert, the married people who got caught cheating at the Coldplay. This is a key lesson. And hey, don't be going around there with your coworker who's married and you married and y'all canoodling. Okay, you can't be canoodling with the people. So that was the whole thing this year. The NBA scandal, child. I said, y'all up at gambling, okay? And not to gamble. And now I only remember Chauncey was, but again, it was them betting on games, cheating at games. Okay, Chauncey was it was Chauncey and a few other folks, but Chauncey was a actual head coach who was arrested for the gambling ring of the NBA. That was a huge thing this year. Um, Marvin Sapp closed the doors. Closed the door. I was like, not close the doors. I hate the timer. Not close the doors. Now he, later, I was sitting there because preachers, look, don't y'all ever tell nobody to close. Don't close, not nan door. Okay, let me be free. Okay, I don't want to be held behind my. Don't hold me hostage. Close the doors. Okay. Did he also do a song called "Close the Doors"? Anybody buy the song? I didn't. We also found out this year that Brian McKnight is a deadbeat daddy. Now, Brian McKnight had been on my list for a while because he had been saying things like last year that we didn't like. But this year, it became evidence that he is a deadbeat daddy. But his son died. His son died, and he still made it about him and that of the family. And anybody who can't recognize, hey, at the end of the day, my kids did not ask to be here. I helped make them their mom, and I can't be the deadbeat daddy. But he kept being a deadbeat daddy. And for that reason, we can't stand Brandy Night. Okay. Brandy and Monica, a tour 25 years in the making. The Boys Mind Tour started off rocky. Brandy got sick the one time. They had some technical difficulties or whatever, but the whole tour played out. It was a great tour. I do hope they do some kind of residency or some kind of part two of the tour, get some more money involved or whatever. It'd be cute. Because of now and what. But that was a great thing that happened. I was like, Brandy and Monica, girl. Okay. Who was I missing? Well, let me see. I did them. I got something going on. I did Kenya. Okay. I also want. Let's do the Diddy documentary. So, the Diddy trial. Okay, the Diddy trial, the Diddy trial was almost as crazy. Well, no, it was probably crazy. Well, the Diddy trial and the OJ trial, because all the witnesses, all the testimonies, the things that Kathy testifying while being 9 months pregnant, Diddy kids in them posting shit on social media, the abuse video, the documentary that came out. To me, Diddy and his charges and his trial took over this year. Him being found guilty, sentenced of 4 years in prison, the baby oil of it all, like just the whole Diddiness itself was insane this year. Even the bloggers who was at the trial outside dousing themselves. I'm like, why are you dousing yourself, baby oil? It was weird. Okay. The documentary showing even before being arrested, Diddy still felt like he was innocent and he was trying to manipulate people from the hotel room, whatever. His sons being involved in the shenanigans. The trial itself, the transcripts, the assistants, the people who, because Kid Cudi testified, Kanye West showed up. Why the fuck is he there? Okay. Just the overall epicness of how it played out. I don't think we've ever seen a victim who was abused and sex trafficked, okay, have to recount all of that while being 9 months pregnant in front of everybody, and then having let it be known that she got like 30 mil from it. People feeling like, oh well, because she got paid the millions, she's still the victim. You know what I'm saying? She earned. If you sign me to a 10 album deal, bitch, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? And the trial plus the videos, plus the interviews, plus documentary made this year a huge year for the downfall of Diddy. I even though he'll get out, within a couple years, because he's filing appeals or whatever. Well, see, I already knew that Diddy was with 50 Cent Big Mama because I already seen it on social media. Even though again I don't think they ever used her name in the trial. I think she was one of the Jane Does, or was she Jane Doe or was she me? One of the two. I don't know. I don't remember. But again, the downfall of Diddy was huge this year, and I also believe the downfall of Diddy isn't over. I think with his son through this Zeus show, I think that's gonna be worse. I think if Diddy calls in that child, I just feel like it's not over because they're still trying to make it seem as if, oh well, I didn't lose. You lost, bitch. You lost. Nicki Minaj. Okay. I think we forget that this year she had plenty of Twitter, IG live rants in her basement, fussing and cussing for all the crazy reasons. Okay, her being an outright Colt 45 supporter, you know what I'm saying? Nicki to me was fully exposed this year for the insane person she is. I think what I have been saying for years, I said, we don't know who Nicki is. We have no idea who she is. I said she's a character. She's always in character. So she's all these fans, and we don't know the real her. Even though Beyonce is very much so private, we still have a sense of who she is. We have a sense of Cardi B, of J-Lo. Like there's a sense of who some of our fave celebrities are. I've always felt Nicki Minaj. We have no idea who she's a fake voice. Who knows? So this year, to me, her goofy ass, ridiculous ass was exposed for who she is. The rants and this last batch of co-fast support is crazy. The moment she married that man on the offenders list was a key. Should have been a key clue. She's crazy. Something right. How she support her brother, who we know was a pedophile. Something right. So I think us now seeing her support Code 45 and Evening Sausage, it makes sense. That's who she is. So I'm like, bitch, stupid. Okay. Even seeing, with that, hold on, I gotta keep cutting off these damn timers. With that, Cardi B was beefing with not only Nicki but also JT, and a piece of it is Cardi B is winning. Nicki Minaj can't handle that. So to me, Nicki Minaj tried to be a Trojan horse to ruin Cardi, and Cardi's just, bitch, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. And seeing the online Twitter beef in real time of Cardi going at Nicki. Okay, Cardi going at JT. Cardi standing 10 toes down on, bitch, fuck both y'all. Okay, it was two separate, Twitter beefs or whatever. But seeing Cardi and Nicki Minaj fully address each other, when Cardi said your son's favorite color is blue, no, your son's favorite was it either his favorite color was 5 or his favorite number was blue. I can't remember which one. Okay, but seeing them go back and back and back and back, I loved it because I felt like so many people let Nicki off, and Cardi said, "Bitch, not no more." I got you, ho. And Cardi then went after JT and cussed her girl. I said, I loved every minute of it. Loved it. Okay. Now, on top of Cardi, you know what I'm saying, having to cut the head off the snake and beef with everybody. Okay. Um yeah, his favorite color is fire. I said, bitch, I favorite color is fire, child. I like, no. And I think the fact that people loved Cardi's shots at Nicki made Nicki dive off the deep end quicker and harder. It's crazy. Now, also this year, bitch, Cardi B announced the tour, released an album, announced the pregnancy, and had the baby. I said, bitch, how you do all of that? Okay. Cardi had one of the best years. She cussed every bitch out she was beefing with. Okay. Bia, JT, Nicki Minaj, the shot at I think both Ice Spice in them. Okay. She said, hey ho, I'm going on tour. Okay, hey hoes, my album was coming out. Hey hoes, I'm also pregnant. Bitch, you just had a baby. You just had a baby. Okay, you said, well, what do you want? Okay. But Cardi, to me, her album was fucking amazing. I'm the Drama is an amazing album. Period. Point blank. And to be able to do all of this in 1 year. Again, she got pregnant this year. The tour announcement this year. Album came out this year. Beef with everybody this year. Okay, even her having to call Offset ass out for his. Again, she also announced her and Stefan as a couple. Even her, having to call out Offset for his harassment and holding up their divorce. Cardi even having to sustain the comments from folks because Stefan had 3 babies in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like hold my beer. Okay, I got things to do. So, I'm saying, so to me, Cardi had one of the best years because she didn't let her circumstances stop her. She told I could have had an abortion because I have an album coming on the tour. I don't need a baby right now. I said, plus, I'm still legally married. My husband is an insane asshole. My boyfriend has a few babies that was just born. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot to handle. And folks who felt like, well, if you pregnant now, how will you be tour ready? Bitch, because I am. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the tour, album, Stefan, babies, Offset bullshit, beefing with, Nicki and JT and the girls, okay? All what to me made her have an amazing, crazy, but a good year from beginning to end. And because the album came out in September, she had a baby in November. Her tour starts in February. Oh, what? I hope she divorced by then. Now the only other part I have for this year, okay, is Tamar. Okay. Tamar Ernestine bullshit Braxton. Her beef, she beef with fucking Aniva this year. A bit of beefing with Candy this year. A bit of beefing with Creator Writer, who was the co-host with T.S. Madison on her podcast. She beefed with her sisters this year. She was beefing with the world because we all felt like you fucked the husband this year. To me, Tamar is a loser this year. She's one of the losers this year. Yes, she had her album that EP came out quietly that was okay. But it was overshadowed by the rumors of her fucking Mendices. Yeah, she hosted that Call to Act type of show, but no one watched. Yes, she was on the Braxtons, and they keep saying, "Oh, it's the longest running black show in blah blah blah." Yeah, but it's toxic. So Tamar beef, and again, Tamar trying to, hey, Tamar trying to have a shot for me. Tamar trying to finagle her fame into people ignoring her toxic ways is the same to me. I feel like Tamar has tried to make us forget how much drama she keeps up, and we won't. The whole my teeth got busted out and my nose got broken, you know what I'm saying? I almost died, to, I'm not fucking the lady husband, you know what I'm saying? To her beefing up with Carbonani a big back, earlier this year as well. Tamar has consistently this year caused drama that overshadows her talent. And Tamar will forever be someone who is infamous and not famous. She always is on the wrong side of wrong. Like, even if it's something that she's valid in her feelings about, how whatever it is, even how she reacts to it, how she plays it out, how she discusses it, makes her the villain, because she has villain tendencies in her bones. And the fact that no one believes nothing you say shows how delusional you are as an individual, because no one believes nothing. The fact that no one in your family, no one on your side has came out and said, I know that Tamar fell him, but her mama ain't. Girl, no one comes to Tamar's defense except Tamar. Not Vince, not Logan, not a mama. You know what I'm saying? Everyone stays out of Tamar's bullshit, because everyone knows it's a twinge of lying in her nature. And that's sad, because she is so talented. And the fact that fucking I even had to air your ass out and say, girl, you was fucking Mendices. And at that point in time, no one knew that Mendices and Yandy was allegedly separated, but they were still publicly a couple. So when anyone is publicly a couple, for you to even privately sneak around and date them shows how desperate you are for love and attention. And then when you allow folks to assume that fucking even did something to you, and you chose to not address it because you liked the press of it all, shows how desperate you are, because it's like you don't even believe in your own talent. It's weird. You then had an album come out that had no promotion. You had the whole video movie thing that was tacky. You then want an apology from us when we still feel like you fucked that lady husband and he ain't legally husband. It was just dumb. So to me, Tamar had the absolute worst year because she's a loser. And it's sad because she's so talented. She has every opportunity to win, and she chooses to just be a damn damp, wet rag left on the bathroom floor after a hooker fucks a John. That's how she acts, in my opinion. Okay. So who are we leaving in this 25? Drake. Okay. We leaving Drake in 2025. Okay. Ray J. I don't want to hear a child between Ray J and the drugging and the going live, him getting arrested, him beef with Princess all the time. We're gonna leave Ray J. and shenanigans in 25. We're leaving Nicki Minaj and leave her here. We don't want it no more. We are done, done, done. Okay. Natasha Scott to escape. We're leaving her in this year because she still hosts like 20K. No, 30K. Okay. Tory Lanez is being left in this year. We don't want no more, no more, no more. Okay. Blueface, Krishan, and anyone attached to Blueface. Leaving them in 2025. Okay. Tamar Braxton's lies. We are leaving her lies, her busted up teeth this year. Okay. Yeah, child mate. Look, if we maybe the new year can bring God, you have time. I'm telling you. You can snatch him, Jesus. Okay. Who else I want to leave in this year? I can't think of anybody else right now, but in my opinion, okay, 425 and whatnot, this was an insane year. Okay, from start to finish. I hope and I wish and I pray for love, health, wealth, prosperity for everyone, y'all and me. Okay. I wish that we're gonna we can leave him in this year as well. We're not taking him in 2026. Not Brian McKnight. I wish all positive things on all positive people. Okay. Period. I hope my channel continues to grow and flourish. I hope I continue to be more consistent. I promise y'all I will stay as consistent as possible as I can. I want to thank all of y'all for rocking with me all year and whatnot. It's been a rocky road because of my job change and how busy I got. That I neglected my channel a little bit, but I am back and better than ever. Okay. I appreciate all the love and the acceptance of my foolishness all year. Okay. I love all my moderators, my members, my JayBirds, everyone around here. I want to thank my mom who was, around here for my channel. Okay. My best friend Karla, who was around here for my channel, him and whatnot. Okay. And all of y'all. Okay. This is a well-run machine at this point in time that, you know what I'm saying, we have to look, I'm trying to get my 40. Okay. But again, for me, I feel like as a content creator, we, for a while I was focused on, I wanted more subscribers. And now I'm like, no, I just want to grow my brand, grow my consistency, and grow. Oh yeah, my DJ, of course, my DJ. But DJ doesn't help me my channel. My mom, Karla, him are helpers of me as a here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said them. But my net DJ, of course, is the love of my life. But yeah. But I want to remain consistent. I want to remain honest in my content creatorness. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay true to myself. Grow, but still be me and whatever like that. Okay. But again, I love y'all. We had a great time today and whatever. Again, I will be live tomorrow because, other things happened. But this was just a wrap up of the year with all the people and what they did and did not do. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hope and pray that when we wake up tomorrow, that ain't shit going on crazy. Okay. But for everyone around here, y'all, please make sure, please make sure, to like the video, to subscribe, to have a great new year. Okay. Happy New Year to everybody. And I wish everybody love, wealth, health, happiness, good orgasms, good hot sauce steak shakeups and whatever. You know. I hope no one I hope everyone brings in the new year with amazingness and love and all this stuff. I gotta go, y'all. Okay, but I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye.